So welcome to the second episode of Open the Book at Home. We're unable to be with you in person, so we're recording these videos to continue our programme of assemblies, of Open the Book assemblies throughout this year. So a big hi to boys and girls, mums and dads, aunts and uncles, grandparents and carers, and all those particularly who are looking after the children of key workers, the staff in schools, and thank you so much for all you're doing. Well, the first episode we looked at is still available on YouTube, and if you watched it, let's see what you've remembered. See if you can fill in the blanks to the story. So, last week we were looking at Which Sunday? Which Sunday? Clue. Palm Sunday. Yes, Palm Sunday. The first day of which week? Which particular holiday season are we about to enter? Yes, it's coming up. Would you believe? Easter week. Yes, the first day of the Easter week, when Jesus rode into which city? Do you know? Jerusalem. He rode into Jerusalem on what did he ride on? Yeah, a donkey. Not a skateboard or a go-kart, a donkey. Yes, the crowds all gathered to welcome him. They cheered to see Jesus. They placed what do they place on the ground in front of him? Yeah, their cloaks. And they waved. What do they wave in the air? In celebration, what do they wave? Palm branches. They waved palm branches that were everywhere in that environment. They waved palm branches. Hence, it's called Palm Sunday. So, before we begin today's story, let's have our Open the Book song. I'm sure you know the words, the tune. Let's make a great sound together. I wonder, have you heard that this is God's own word? It's full of special things that he would like to say. And what is really cool, the stories are all true. So shall we take a look together right away? So open the book, let's take a little look. You never know just what you're going to find. Let's open the book, let's take a little look. Ready, steady, don't get left behind. Brilliant. I say good singing. I'm sure you're all singing at the top of your voices and doing the actions too. Fantastic. Well, our story today reminds me of just what we're all doing at the moment, which is connecting with our friends and our family through a virtual environment, through screens on a computer and a tablet and a phone. We're not able to meet with our families and our friends like we'd like to and like we normally do. So we're doing all sorts of things, all sorts of ways of connecting with them. I wonder how you've been using technology to connect with people. I wonder if you've been sharing jokes, telling stories, sending funny videos, maybe sharing a virtual meal together, having a game together, just connecting up, maybe just chatting through video link, or maybe just speaking over the phone directly, just through audio, but just connecting with your friends and your family is so important, and we couldn't be without them, could we? No. Well, it's just the same with Jesus. When Jesus was with his friends, he just had some amazing times. And this is a story of one of Jesus' amazing times, the last time he is with his friends, his close friends, otherwise called the disciples. They were his disciples, his friends. He'd trained them, he'd been with them every day. They'd spent so much time together, and this is a meal that they shared. Now, it's often called the Last Supper. Today's story, we're calling it's called An Important Meal. And you can follow it in the Line Storyteller Bible, which is open for you here. There's a picture of Jesus and his disciples sat around, and you might even be able to follow the words, those who are keen-eyed amongst you. Let me read you the story. An important meal. Jesus and his 12 friends sat down to eat. There was lamb, and bread and wine, a nice meal. But Jesus was sad. "What's the matter, Jesus?" asked one of his friends. "I have to go away tomorrow," Jesus sighed, "and I will miss you very much." Jesus' friends were surprised. "Where are you going?" they asked. "I'm going to be with my Father in heaven," he whispered. "I'm going to die." Now Jesus' friends were sad too. "There are people here in Jerusalem who do not like me," Jesus explained. "They do not agree with what I teach. They do not believe I come from God. And tomorrow they will arrest me and hurt me and nail me to a cross and kill me." "No," said Jesus' friends. "They will not do that. We will not let them." Jesus looked at them sadly. "Well, one of you has already taken money from them and agreed to help them catch me." Jesus' friends stared at one another. "Well, it's not me," said one. "It's not me," said another. But one of them, a man named Judas, just looked at Jesus and stood up and walked out the room. "Let him go," Jesus told the others. "We have something more important to do." And with that, Jesus took a chunk of bread and said a thank you prayer. "I will never forget you," he said to his friends, "and I don't want you to forget me either." And he broke it in half and he passed it around the room. "This is my body," he said. "I give it up for you. Take it, eat it, and remember me." Then he took a cup of wine and said a thank you prayer for that as well. "This is my blood," he said. "God will use it to wash away all the bad things that people have ever done. Take it and drink it and remember me." Then Jesus and his friends sang a goodbye song and walked out together into the night. What an amazing, amazing story. Well, I don't know about you, but I can't imagine a world without friends. A world without friends would just be awful. Friends are really important to me. I'm sure they're really important to you. Friends who can just go through all the stuff that I go through. That we can share all the good stuff, all the difficult stuff, all the stuff that makes us laugh, all the stuff that at times makes us sad. And Jesus' friends went through those things with him. Now in our story, Jesus was sad. Sad because he knew he had to leave them. He knew it was his Father's will. Jesus knew that he would soon be arrested by the Roman soldiers, and there would be lies told about him, that people would hurt him, and that eventually he would be killed on a cross, though he'd done nothing wrong and didn't deserve any of it. And what made it even worse was that he knew one of his friends had planned to betray him, had been willing to take money, been bribed with money from the Romans to tell the Romans where Jesus would be so he could be easily arrested. He was sad that Judas, his friend, was doing that, but there was something more important for him to do with his friends that night. There was something more important to share together. This is my surprise. Do you like our Happy Land Last Supper scene? Here it is. We've got various characters playing the part of the 12 disciples. Let's go through them with you. We've got Bob the Builder. You can see at the back there with the bread and the wine. Well, Bob the Builder did fix everything, didn't he? He could fix it, so I think he's a good fit for playing the part of Jesus. We've got some children. You see some children? There's a little girl at the back here with some headphones on, and you just about to see her. We've got a girl at the front here. We've got a boy there with his bike helmet on. We've got, you've got a little frog. I don't know why, but it's a pet frog. And we've also got 2 firefighters playing the part of disciples. We've got a doctor and we've got a nurse, which I think is highly appropriate. They're the people that care and look after others. And we know they're doing that at the moment in the NHS and in so many sectors. They're helping care for the sick and the lonely. They're caring for them. And look, I think that's just so appropriate that we've got them playing the part of Jesus' friends, because they are Jesus' friends doing that amazing work. Well, so Jesus picked up a hunk of bread, just like you can see in our little model here. And he broke it and said, "I'll never forget you. And I want you to remember me." And he broke the bread and he passed it round. He said, "This is my body. Eat it and remember me." And he wants his friends to remember him through a simple meal. And it's actually called communion. Communion. You see, friendship means everything to God. Absolutely everything. Why? Because he loves us. Absolutely loves us, his children. And wants our friendship. He wants our friendship. He wants us to know that he is our friend. He's with us in everything. He's with us through everything. And we need to remember that. We can remember it when we break bread and drink a drink. At communion, we can connect with God through a special meal. But we can connect with God wherever we are, any time, because he's always there with us. So let's keep looking after our friends. Let's keep looking after our neighbours. Let's keep caring for those who need us, particularly at this time when there's such a lot of need, such a lot of people, so many people worried and anxious and needing our care. Whatever we can, let's continue to connect, maybe through screens, maybe through things we've written, or phone calls we can make. Let's help wherever we can help, boys and girls, mums and dads, and all the adults who are watching this. Let's continue to be Jesus' friends, caring for others and not forgetting to do that. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord God, thank you for friendship. We thank you for all our friends. We thank you for just showing us how to care for others. You showed us throughout your life how to love and care for people. And Lord, help us to do the same. To not be choosy with friendships, but to develop friendships with all that we can and help others through this particular time of crisis. Lord, thank you for friendship. Help us to continue to support one another. Amen. Now, I'm going to go try and teach you a song about friendship. It's called I'm a Friend of God. Hopefully you can see that. And let's have a go. It's called I'm a Friend of God. I'm a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. But the verse says, "Who am I that you are mindful of me, that you hear me when I call? Is it true that you are thinking of me? How you love me, it's amazing." And even if you can't cope with the verse, you find that a bit difficult, I'm sure you can cope with have a go at the chorus, which is, I'm a friend of God, I'm a friend of God, I'm a friend of God, you call me friend. It's a really simple song. Have a go with it with me. Who am I that you are mindful of me, that you hear me when I call? Is it true that you are thinking of me, how you love me? It's amazing. I'm a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. Let's have a go together. I'm a friend. I'm a friend of God. Whoa, oh, I'm a friend of God. Oh, I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. Who am I? Who am I that you are mindful of me, that you hear me when I Is it true that you are thinking of me? How do you love me? It's amazing. I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. That's how we got to finish the chorus. I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. Last time. I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. Whoa, I'm a friend of God. He calls me friend. Brilliant. Thanks for having a go at a new song. Thanks for having a go. Brilliant. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 2 of Open the Book at Home. We hope you're going to continue to watch these episodes. We're going to continue to film them. And above all, look after yourselves, keep well, keep in touch, make sure you are supporting your friends and your neighbours. We all value that support. I do, and I know we all do. So thank you for tuning in today, and see you soon.